Hi, my name is John Cofield. Thanks for watching. To learn more about my book, If I Can Do It, So Can You. The book is about a parent and military service veterans guide, healing PTSD, trauma, loss, and grief through a 7-step spiritual transformation process. Now, I too suffered from PTSD, trauma, loss, and grief for almost 30 years through overwhelming tragedies in our lives. And I, like many people, compartmentalized it, denied it, and pushed it aside. Now, before I tell you why I wrote this book, the compelling reason why I'm here today, let me share about my background so you understand how I got here. I'm a former Air Force fighter pilot instructor, military trainer, and staff officer. But after 16 years of service, I had to leave the military because I had to become a full-time caretaker and take care of significant health issues at home. That happened and lasted for about 15 years. And during that time, we experienced overwhelming tragedies and losses as well. But along the way, I had to make money. So I started a part-time business as a contract trainer and training consultant, helping small businesses with their training programs. Then I had to go back to work, and I went to work for Hewlett Packard as a global training program manager. But along the way, my 2 older sons had joined the Army to serve the country as well. So I wanted to finish my military career and serve with my kids. So I raised my right hand a second time and went back in the military. Only this time, I went into the Army as an Army intelligence officer. But within a year, I lost a son, and I can assure you that was the most tragic event of my life. And that took its toll on me as well. But I had a job to do and soldiers counting on me. After I redeployed from Afghanistan, I had a last assignment in the military, which was on a staff assignment. There was no combat role for that. And I had time to reflect and study and think. And about a year and a half into that, I had 3 friends call me up and say, hey, you need help. You need to go talk to somebody. Your PTSD is off the charts. So I did. And after one session, the therapist told me it was one of the worst cases he'd seen, and I had 3 to 5 years to live if I didn't change something. Well, that was a dose of reality I wasn't expecting. But at that same time, I had a spiritually transformative experience that literally altered my life. I felt absolute, insatiable desire to learn everything I could about spirituality and spiritual transformation. And after 18 years of studying about 30 hours a week on top of a full-time job, I finally discovered a course that I went through, and it was a blueprint course that at the end of this course, they give you a blueprint of your soul. Well, I realized after those 2 years of intense studies that I had experienced profound life-altering healing. And it came by studying spirit, mind, and body. You see, I'd been studying mind and body, and I'd been focused on that. But these last 2 years, I focused on that third piece, which is spirituality. And I experienced soul-level healing that tied the other 2 together. And that trifecta enabled me to achieve that healing that I so desired, but I had no comprehension that I could ever get there. Well, I went into my training mode, and I realized that I'd written workshops and presentations so I could share this with other people. And then somewhere along the timeline of my sabbatical after I retired, I got the overwhelming, compelling message: you're going to write a book that ties all of that together. So I did. And after 3 drafts and 4 edits, I realized I'd written a 7-step process that I'd gone through. And each step had a simple format: study, learn, experience, apply, repeat. And what I'd done is I'd essentially written a workbook in book format, and it walked people through what I'd gone through. But each step has challenges and exercises and hints and tips, and it studies the science and logic behind it. And at the end of each step, I give them additional study resources and additional study exercises so they can learn to apply it to their life. And at the end of these 7 steps, I can guarantee you, there are people out there right now asking, what else can I do, that will go through this, and they'll also experience that profound level of healing. So I don't dip my toe in the water on anything. I know now that this is my new mission in life. I'm going to take everything that I've learned and everything I've experienced and my training and corporate training background, and I'm going to produce workshops, presentations, and publish this book. And I'm going to share this with the world as a beacon of light and an instrument for the divine. So I encourage you in the meantime, until the book gets published, to check out my website, Instagram, and Facebook, and continue following me on this YouTube channel, as I'm going to provide a lot of relevant content for my book so you can get started right now before the book gets published. I appreciate your time today. Thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.